Welcome to Conservative Coffee Hour. I'm Stanley Smith. Each week, we take a look at the political landscape and try to make some sense out of it all. One of our regular guests asks, how does this benefit people? And that is a good question. Many people find it perplexing and infuriating that small-time players are pursued when murderers and serious criminals seem to go free. Many of us have experienced getting a traffic ticket, being fined, being in error of some minor infraction. Are we guilty? Perhaps, but why are they going after us? During Elizabeth Taylor's one and only appearance on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, she told a story about growing up as a child star. She said she and her mother were in Louis B. Mayer's office when Louis Mayer started screaming profanities at her and her mom. Elizabeth stood up and yelled at Mr. Mayer not to talk to her mother that way, and then she stormed out of his office. She ran down the hall into the office of the MGM president and told him what had happened. He told her she would have to go back and apologize. She refused to do any such thing. And she told Johnny, you know what? They didn't fire me. And that's when I learned there's an Elizabeth Taylor, the commodity, and Elizabeth Taylor, the person. The truth is, we have all been commoditized and monetized, perhaps in a less glamorous way than Elizabeth Taylor, but every time they pull us over, give us a fine, and tax us, we have been monetized. And why is it they never seem to go after the hardened criminals and government corruption? Because there's no money in it. Actually, it's a drain on time and resources. And why don't our elected officials go after corruption in government, including election fraud, patronage schemes, and racketeering? They don't touch it. Because guess what? They work for the government. The question we need to ask our elected officials is, do our elected officials work for us, we the people, or for the government? I will include a link in the description of this video so you can find your local alderman, state representative, and senator, as well as your federal representatives, so you can contact them and ask them that very question. The reason we feel the Constitution has been supplanted is because it has. And we can all see that. The Constitution has been supplanted by the government, and a narrative of advancing predetermined outcomes is continually advanced instead of upholding the Constitution. It doesn't matter what guise is used to advance the narrative of government, global warming, COVID, racial injustice, sexism, and white supremacy. It's all a ruse. But what about the narrative the rest of us are following? For most of us, we are following the narrative that we are simply trying to live our lives, raise a family, earn a living, and pursue some of the things that make life meaningful and, dare I say, enjoyable. Having some sense of personal freedom, safety, protection of rights, and having loving relationships, pursuing our passions and succeeding and failing and starting all over again. But somehow this has all gotten subverted into something else. The something else is that our lives and our system has become a means to an end. Our system is the Constitution, not about being a means to an end or accomplishing predetermined outcomes, predetermined results of elections, legislation, or legal rulings. Our system is not based on anyone predetermining the results of anything, but about abiding by the process. We have a process, abiding by the process, and having faith in the process. If we have faith in the process, then we have faith in the process. And if we don't, well, then something else is going on. The something else going on does not benefit anyone. The partisan politics, the dual narratives between the reality of people's lives and the parallel but entirely separate narrative of the state. Many of us have spent a lot of time and energy trying to figure this all out and make sense of it, and we have not succeeded. And we're not going to succeed because there is no figuring it out, because we don't even see it or know it's there. We're all being presented a theatrical production. We have our ticket, our playbill, and we think we know what's going on. But we are not at a play. We are being played. It's a crime to scream fire in a crowded movie theater, but I suggest when there's an intermission during this sad, sad drama, that we all proceed swiftly toward the exits and stop trying to figure out the plot of this show. Contact your representative and ask for your money back, and ask them, are you working for us, we the people, or for the government? If you would like to join us at Conservative Coffee Hour, I will include my email address in the description of this video, and I'll be happy to send you an invite, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.